All right, peace. What's going on, folks? Hey, thank you for your time. I appreciate it, man. So, look, this is the next video. This is the continuation of the universal laws of nature. This is the continuation to the universal laws of nature videos. Now, the first one I hit y'all with was the first law of nature, which is the law of oneness, right? And we spoke about that to summarize that in the whole. We are all interconnected in nature, right? What affects one person affects the other. Even though we don't believe so, it is so, because in nature there is an ecosystem, so there is always a balance that needs to be upheld. So nature itself is always screaming for a balance, and so if that's not there, it will make it so. Why? Is because everything affects everything. So that's the law of oneness. Now this video is about the law of vibration, which is the second law. This is the law of vibration. Now, vibration, you might ask yourself, what the hell is that? And it can mean a lot of things, but most importantly, everything in nature vibrates. Everything. You are vibrating, and that is how you maintain your existence. You see what I'm saying? But why it's important is because the manipulation and the modifying of those vibrations will dictate your mood, and will dictate your personality, and will dictate who you are and how you perceive everything around you. So if you not only not have a strong perception, but if you don't have a strong grasp and control of your own frequencies that you are emitting and harnessing and that are coming to you and from you, if you don't have an understanding, let alone, like I said, a control of it, you're going to be in a world of trouble, right? And when I say trouble, I mean depression. I mean erratic behavior. I mean indecisiveness. I mean when you doubt yourself. I mean lack of confidence. That's trouble. That's trouble. That's lack. That's lack of mandatory vibration for the body to sustain itself, right? Mentally and physically. And so if you are below this vibratory kind of balance, like I said, you fall into things like depression, even sickness. You know what I'm saying? It's just when the body is off, it's because vibratory, it's off. You see what I'm saying? But let's just get to the basics first. Let's just get to the genesis of it all. Now, vibration. What we need to know about vibration, it's periodic and organized motion, right? So what happens with vibration is that when it manifests itself, it evolves into what we call frequency, right? And we all know what frequency is, radio frequencies. But like I said, just because you've heard of radios and microwaves and TVs and all that shit having frequencies, but a lot of people don't realize the fact that you yourself, not only do you maintain a certain level of vibration, which manifests itself into a certain level of frequency, but there is that is maintained throughout your quote unquote life. That's what maintains your existence, is that level of vibratory frequency. And if that's not there, you dead. Simple and plain, right? And I get to we'll get to that part too, right? But I know when I'm saying this, you're thinking the heartbeat. I mean, that's the quickest thing that you could correlate to what I'm talking about, right? But like I said, there's more to it than that. There's a lot more to it than that. And that's why it's such an essential law, and that's why it's a law in nature. It's because anything that exists in nature is at a vibratory frequency, is at a vibratory level. It is vibrating, period. You see what I'm saying? So now the thing is, well, before I go any further, we need to understand one thing, is that just because you don't understand something does not mean it's not true, okay? So if you don't understand what I'm saying, feel free to look it up. This shit is recorded. You can pause it, pull up another page, and then look up what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? So it's I don't want you to take what I'm saying. I want you to go challenge what I'm saying and look it up yourself. If you know what I mean, that's the only way that I can prove what I'm telling y'all. Because I'm not out here just to teach people. I'm out here to share information. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, everything in life is a vibration. That's one thing we need to understand. That everything in life, everything that we consider having life, is a vibration. You see what I'm saying? Now, the thing is about it is too, is that the universe is basically like the ultimate radio, and we each have our own vibration and our own frequency. You see what I'm saying? That's the best way you can look at it in regards to us having our own frequencies, is that the world is a big ass radio, and we are all our own frequencies. You see what I'm saying? And now, you just like frequencies, if you jump on AM, it's not that strong, right? And also, depending where you are, the signal gets stronger or the signal gets weaker, right? So, in the same thing with life, depending where you are in life and the points you are in life, your frequency is either stronger or it's either weaker. But now, just like a radio, we know certain ways to enhance this signal, right? We know certain ways to, to make it a stronger signal, so you can get your FM or your AM, your Power Jam 1140 AM, open mic at 9 o'clock in the morning. I love that. You know what I'm saying? I love listening to that talk radio. But certain spots in the city or in Edmond, I can't get it, right? So the only way that I know to strengthen that signal is to do the things that I know will strengthen the signal by doing what? I go to the city because I know they're somewhere in the city, right? Like I think in the city. I know they're in the city somewhere because when I go closer to the east side or around that area, not even just the east side, but north side or just Oklahoma City metro period, my signal gets stronger. My point is that how we strengthen our signals as human beings is that we do certain things, right? We do certain things to manifest meditation, art. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of different things, but my point is that these are the ways for human beings to strengthen their frequencies within themselves, and I'm trying to compare it to, like I said, the radio frequency when you are losing a signal when you're trying to get your station. So that's the best way I can kind of correlate it to the simple-minded motherfuckers that are watching this. No offense, but like I said, that's the best way that I can correlate it to. You know what I mean? That just like you look at a radio signal, you are the same way. And how far, depending where you are in life, depending where you are from that antenna, um, it's either stronger or weaker. And then it's up to you to create, to strengthen the signal if it is weaker, by that chance. You know what I'm saying? So basically, the thing is about it is that vibration has also been looked at in other words and in other contexts. It's actually a concept, you know what I'm saying, that has been around since the beginning of time, at least the ones that understand the laws and abided by the laws of nature. They understood this, you know what I'm saying? And that's why even now in certain civilizations, present day, they still practice. They still practice in manifesting the frequency, right? So basically, at the end of the day, not even some civilizations. There's a lot of civilization in China. In China, they called it chi. In India, they call it prana. In Japan, they call it ki. So we know what chi. With chi, it's a life force energy. Same thing. Frequency is your life force energy. That's what makes anything move, right? That's what makes your heart beat, is the frequency that your heart is beating at. And if that frequency drops, what happens, right? Heart attacks, irregular heartbeats, all sorts of crazy shit, right? And then hence a pacemaker. Pacemaker does what? Maintains a certain vibratory frequency so your heartbeat can keep going. So that's all frequency. You know what I'm saying? Native Americans, they called it the Great Spirit. In West Africa, they called it Ase. There's different variations of the concept, but one thing is for sure, that it is still the concept of vibration and of energy. Now, if y'all don't know what chi is it's a vital energy that is held to animate the body internally. And so it's something that we practiced in Asia for the longest time. And the foundations of chi correlate to acupuncture and also the fighting style Tai Chi. You know what I'm saying? And that is more of a workout than actually a fighting style. I was actually watching a video with a Tai Chi dude fighting a UFC dude, and then they had asked a Tai Chi sensei, whatever they call him. You know what I'm saying? They'd asked him to, like, you know, what do you think about this fight? It wasn't him fighting, but he was just a Tai Chi sensei, and they were asking him what he thought about the fight. And he even said, Tai Chi is not for combat. He said Tai Chi is for good health. It's for good health physically and mentally. He said it's not for killing people. He said UFC, that's for killing people. That's what that's for. So for he was saying whoever was the Tai Chi dude was who fought the UFC dude, he was like, he shouldn't have even took the fight, because a lot of these fighting styles, you would assume it's fighting, but it's actually just a good way to maintain body strength, core strength, and spiritual and mental strength. And that's really a lot of it. That's where it started at. It's just that it's like a gun. You see what I'm saying? A gun can be used for good and bad, but really at the end of the day, whoever made a gun, at the end of the day, that shit was to kill. I mean, that's really kind of a shitty example when I think about it. A gun's made to kill. At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck who you are. But my point is that something like, I can't speak for Kung Fu, but Tai Chi, in regards to what I've read about it, is that it was not even created to fight. It wasn't for violence. It was, like I said, it's for health, right? It was to maintain the body physically, and then also to maintain the mind physically, the mind, and to maintain the spirit. That's why Tai Chi was originated. So, like I said, now it's taken the wrong connotation, but that's due to a lot of outside influences, and that's a whole nother video. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, my thing is that if you've taken any type of chemistry class, now you remember learning about atoms and everything. That everything in the world is made up of atoms, and we know an atom is it's the smallest unit of ordinary matter, right? We know that, and it has properties of chemical elements in it. So now these atoms, they're in the state of motion, always in constant motion, right? And so what happens at a molecular level is that there's molecular vibration. All right, I'm back. Had to get the door. Somebody was knocking on the door, man. All right, so where were we at? We were talking about fucking fly. We were talking about okay, so sound. Sound is also a vibration, right? Sound is a vibration, and so are thoughts. Now, in regards to sound, just even me talking right now is made through vibration, right? It's made through my vocal cords, and that's what creates that vibration of tone, right? So tone is a frequency, and it has a vibratory level to it. That's why even when you speak, you feel a vibration even in your throat, you know what I'm saying, in your chest. If you ever hear somebody talk, you know, put your hand on their chest and you can feel that vibration in that. You know what I mean? So we know that sound, speech, even music, we understand music from the percussion all the way to the sound itself, that it is giving off a certain level of frequency, right? So and definitely, I'm gonna break that down just a little more. You know what I'm saying? I just want to throw that out there because I have kind of like a checklist of notes. You know what I'm saying, that I need to make sure I hit. So everything that manifests itself, for the most part, has a vibratory frequency. That's why it has actually manifested itself. Now, there is no solidity in the universe at all. Anything that appears solid is actually created by an underlying vibration, right? And vibration expresses itself in corresponding geometrical shapes. I don't know if you've ever seen this, but if you even go to YouTube and type in vibration and sand, right? You've seen these scientists; they will create a certain type of vibrational frequency, a certain level, and throw sand on there. I don't know if it was a certain type of sand, but they would throw sand on there, and it would literally create this like geometrical shape. You know what I'm saying? Like some crazy, like icicle looking, with a whole bunch of, like I said, really cool geometrical math looking shapes. Like I said, just YouTube it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So so nothing necessarily is solid. It's vibrating to the point of looking like a solid, right? And as much sense as that doesn't make, it actually makes a lot of sense. It really does when you think about it. But like I said, you got to look at it the way it is because at the end of the day, everything, when you break it down at a molecular level, is still caused by a vibration within that molecule itself. You know what I'm saying? So, like forms of snowflakes and faces of flowers, they take on a shape because they're responding to the sound of nature. And what gives flowers sound? The sun, right? Through what? Photosynthesis, right? So that's definitely a correlation, is because that sound can be converted into energy. And then, like I said, it can be manifested and converted into a vibratory frequency, right? So, um, some people say too that certain frequencies and vibrations, they can repel diseases, and certain of them, and a lot of them, they can actually maintain, what I'm saying, good health within you for long periods of time. That's why a lot of people do acupuncture. A lot of people, if you ever look at the Buddhists, the monks, what do? They hum. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, if you keep that, just doing that period, you feel the vibration just doing it within you. So you should understand, if manifested, what that could possibly lead to. And we know what monks can do. Some of them, we've heard of the crazy shit they do. I ain't never seen them, but we've heard all the crazy shit they can do. So my point is that it being manifested, you can actually do things that seem impossible and paranormal. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I ain't never seen it, but I don't doubt it. Just because I never seen something doesn't mean it's not true. And just because I don't understand it doesn't mean it's not true. So definitely, I'm definitely going to dig into more about that in regards to it. But like I said, it's something it's that powerful, right? Now, there's always, there's a link. That's why I keep talking about vibratory frequency, and I try to put those words together so people can understand that there is a marriage there, right? There's a link between frequency, vibration, but most importantly, we need to understand that if there is a link there, and then if that is what maintains us as human beings, the reason why my heart is beating right now is because it's maintaining a certain vibratory frequency. So, in turn, I would like to assume if that can be modified and controlled in a positive manner, you can get to, like I said, you can maintain good health. You know what I mean? You can live longer. Mess around and have more endurance and all sorts of shit. You can take advantage of, jump higher, like whatever. Goddamn, float, meditate. Like you think faster. Like there's so many things that you could take advantage of if we only knew how to manifest these things. It's just what's unfortunate is that I'm telling y'all is because I'm finding out about this shit reading. And they weren't telling us about this in school. They wasn't telling us about manifesting your energy and meditating and taking time to yourself to reflect and all that cool shit like that. Where at the end of the day, anybody who thinks that's boring, at the end of the day, if you ever try it, you would understand that it is soothing, it is therapeutic. But like I said, when we're kids and growing up, even now, they don't teach these kids about how that they're actually a vibration. They are a walking vibration, and every single day they are running into not only negative vibrations, but other frequencies and vibrations are being imposed onto them, and they don't even know how to fight or defend themselves. And so, a lot of people, like I said, it's like you'll watch a McDonald's commercial, and guess who's getting up to go get some goddamn McDonald's, right? Like that's all a goddamn TV is to tell you what to do, tell you what to watch, tell you what to go buy, tell you who to date. It tells you what God to believe in. That's all a TV does, is tell you what to do. That's all TV should stand for. Tell people what to do. I don't know what the V stands for, but the T should stand for tell people what to do, because that's all it does. So understand that music is giving off a vibratory influence, right? Those images and that lady talking, all that shit, it's all giving off a vibratory influence, which in turn you take in. But then the body, you see, I just started learning about dopamine, and I'm gonna do a video about that, but I'm still learning about it right now. But dopamine is basically what makes you feel good, right? It's the dopamine is the reward of the body, right? So it's like if you do something good, dopamine is released into your body and it gives you the sense of reward, right? And you feel good about yourself, whatever the fuck. So that's why when people do, when people work out, they enjoy it. So then the body remembers, logs that, says, okay, every time I do some push-ups, I feel good. So now every time you do push-ups, we're gonna feel good. See what I'm saying? So now if you turn that to a negative way, drugs. If somebody does drugs and they feel good, now the body is gonna encourage that drug. Why? Is because it wants to feel good again. So now it's recording all this shit, right? And so now that's why a lot of people say that a lot of drug addicts, it's not their fault, or an alcoholic, it's not their fault at a certain point in time, is because now the body is dependent on the stuff. It's not even them anymore, right? Now this is why I'm saying is that if we were young and we were taught there are these types of energies that are manipulating us and influencing us, not even manipulating, but not fuck it, that's straight up manipulation and influence. And literally fucking with you, puppet master type shit. Like if we were told about this as kids and while we're growing up, I'd like to assume kids will be a little more strong-minded and a little more decisive when making decisions, a little more independent. But then I think about it at the end of the day. I mean, do they want that? I don't think they want that. So that's why they don't teach this, and that's why you got me out here. I'm not a fucking teacher, but like I said, I'm learning this shit. But I feel like I have to share it and tell people because people need to know that they are vibrating, man. And when you watch TV, the TV is telling you, is imposing its certain frequency and vibrations on you, and then whatever you end up liking about it, your body's going to remind you to always go back to it because it makes you feel good. So what are you logging for the body to feel good, right? Like, what are your vices? Are they good? Are they bad? If they're bad, understand that your body's going to remember that, and but still take you back there. You know what I mean? So, like I said, that's a whole nother video. But it's just that serious and that detrimental that if we do not know ourselves, then how do you defend yourself, right? And then if you do not know yourself, how do you know when somebody's actually running game on you and doing something where if I told you this, like I'm telling y'all now, some people who watch this will think I'm fucking crazy. Like, but if you think about it, all the TV is propaganda. It's always wanting you to pick something on TV. It's always something. You got to pick something, right? If it's entertaining or if it's sad, if it's funny, if it's suspenseful, or buy something or feel sexy, but it's always trying to influence your feel, right? And so, like I said, so if you base what you like on things you see on TV, then your body will always remember that, right? Your energy will always remember that, log that, and will always want to go back to that because that's what brings you joy, right? So we need to understand these things. So we, like I said, so we know how to control ourselves and know these things, right? So we need to understand too that um, so yeah, so everything in nature vibrates, right? Everything it vibrates, but everything vibrates at a different frequency. And uh, some people say that the universe is nothing more than vibrating strings of energy. A lot of people say things like that, or at least scientists say things like that, because research has shown that a lot of parts of our bodies have their own sonic signatures. In other words, that the sound of your cells in your body differ from different parts of your body, right? So, for example, like the sound of the cells around your heart differ from the sounds of the cells that are around your lungs. Believe it or not, this can be recorded. I don't know if I told y'all this, but on a molecular, vibrational level, even on a molecular level, vibration can be recorded in hertz. It's like 10 to 13th power, and something else. But like I said, even on a molecular level, vibration can still be recorded. You see what I'm saying? So um, so everything is alive. And so what I'm saying is that even the cells in your body, there's there are they're receiving signal and sound, and they're receiving energy. But understand that if the vibratory energies in your body differ. They differ, right? There's different levels to it, right? Um, Now, all colors and all sound vibrate to a certain frequency too, right? There's nothing in the world that sits idle. The only thing that sits idle in the world is if you're dead. If you sit idle, then you're dead. And I'm not saying that you got to sit here and goddamn shake. I'm saying that even when you are chilling, sitting like this, your body is vibrating, man. Your body's vibrating, right? But it's not vibrating to the point where you sitting there going like this, but your body's vibrating because, like I said, you have to maintain a certain level of vibration for the heart just to beat. I should have looked that up. I should have looked up what vibrational frequency uh, is needed for the heartbeat, but I think it was like 44. I think it was 44 hertz. I think I saw something say 44 hertz. I need to look that back up, man. I'm not really sure. I'll get back to y'all on that one. So anyway, even electricity vibration, it's the same energy, it's the same power, right? Vibration is just it's manifested electricity. That's all it is. It's focused vibration. Electricity is focused vibration, right? Now, and as the electrical vibrations are given, uh, know that life itself, to be sure, is the creative force, right? So any manifestations in man are electrical or vibratory. That's why when you have heart problems, or let's say you die, what do? They hit you with that thing, boom, defibrillator, right? What's that doing? That's shocking you. So we all have for us to be alive, we have to maintain a certain electrical vibratory frequency, right? And like I said, I'm gonna touch on the pacemaker, which correlates with all that. But we are manifestations of electrical and vibratory energy, frequency, right? We all have our own vibrations and they all differ, right? Some people are depressed, so their vibratory levels are fucking high, right? They're real shitty and it's fucked up and it's sad. I mean, But now what they need to do is get them shit back down. But some people, like I said, if you're too busy staring at goddamn TV that's trying to tell you what to think, you don't know how to think for your damn self because you're too busy watching something that's trying to tell you how to think. Right? So my point is that we all are responsible for our own vibrations. But understand that not only do yours dictate your day, but yours can even dictate my day. Right? You ever seen somebody come in a room and they come in mad as fuck and y'all are chilling, laughing, joking around, and they come in mad and don't say nothing? What do y'all do? Everybody gets quiet and then look at him going, what the fuck is your problem? Right? Because they didn't kill the whole mood. So understand that somebody's frequency when imposed on you, it can definitely have an effect and influence on yours, unless you are strong enough to, when you're in that room and y'all are all chopping it up and snapping on each other, laughing, then whoever comes in, the Debbie Downer, you know what I'm saying, they come in and sit down. It's like now we'll just take that comedy and put it on them and just start clowning on them because they coming in here sad as shit, right? Looking like somebody died. So that's overpowering that person's negative energy as opposed to you getting mad and getting all frustrated too just because they came in mad and kind of ruined y'all's energy. You see what I'm saying? And people even say that too, like you come in here killing the vibe, right? Killing the vibe. You are killing the vibrations that we had here. We were vibing, we were all vibrating here in the same frequency, and then you came in on some fuck shit and ruined it all. Who the fuck are you, right? So it's either you get pissed off and you join his shitty vibration, or you're strong enough to maintain yours and y'all keep clowning and fuck around and clowning his ass, right? To make that shit funny. See? So that's the battle that we have in regards to vibration and our frequencies and our energy. So we all vibrate. Every single person vibrates as an individual. But we all vibrate at our own rate, and it's a rate that we have to be able to control. And then, like I said, in some religions, in some civilizations, they have things like chi, right? In West Africa, they have ase, where it's a belief of of life force, and when you think a certain way and move and act in a certain way, that you have an influence in nature and in your life and in things that are in front of you. So I'm saying same thing with chi. That's the same thing, right? It's harnessing that energy and manifesting it on an everyday level, whether it's physical activity, whether it's mental activity, or whether it's spiritual. You see what I'm saying? So now vibrations, they vary in intensity, that's for sure, within each person and from person to person, right? Now, depending on the experiences being manifested. So how you are vibratory wise is based on what you've been through, right? Because what you've been through is what dictates the manifestation levels of your vibratory frequency. You understand what I'm saying? So what you've been through will dictate your perception in life, and what your perception in life is accompanied by a vibratory frequency. So, for example, if somebody's been through some shit, they never had parents, any person that took them in abused them or something like that, their vibratory level of existence, they're alive, but their vibe is gonna be super, super, super high, right? It's gonna be high, and they're gonna be high strung. They're gonna be depressed. They won't know how to trust people. They might be very aggressive, right? Why? It's because it's based on the manifestation of the energy that they've been around. So if you were around shitty ass energy, guess who's gonna take that home? You. That's why people say birds of a feather stick together. Because even when you grow up, if you were around, like for example, that's why to me it's a big deal in regards to systematic racism and the shit that happens all over this world, is because you put people, dark-skinned people specifically, into these crime-riddled, poverty-stricken fucking places, and then you expect them. Well, see, that's the thing. I know what they expect out of us, but what we know is that how do you expect someone to flourish in success and vibrate at this level of excellence when you are around people who vibrate at a violent level? Like, how do you expect that? That's why, like I said, that's why I feel like they know that it's deeper than this. And that's why the only way to stop energy, well, you can't stop energy. First of all, you can't stop energy. You can only trap energy. So what do they do to us humans when they want to trap our energy? What do? they put us in a jail cell, right? That when you put something in a box, you are trapping the energy. You are containing. You are containing the energy. And like I said, we are a vibratory being. We are not supposed to be sitting in a box. We move, right? We're like a goddamn, it's like sharks. Like you're not supposed to, even you're not supposed to sit them things in tanks. They're supposed to move. They're supposed to swim, right? So my point is that people, they know this shit. That's why even the means of punishment, they all correlate with trapping your fucking energy. When you die, they put you in a coffin. A coffin is a square, a fucking square. What is that doing? That's trapping your energy, keeping it where? Here on earth. Is that, if we are ethereal and spiritual beings, is your body supposed to be sitting on earth? Even if it is the man body, your shell, is that supposed to be sitting on earth? Like I said, they know what they're doing, man. Tasers. Why do they tase you? Why don't you just shoot you with beanbags all the time? Why do they tase you? Because they know tasing you, if they shoot you with a stronger frequency, they got you in control. You see what I'm saying? So we have to understand that not only do they know this, but they are using these efforts against us every single day. They're using these efforts against us every single day. And I can go on and on in regards to, like I said, the different ways that our vibration is not only used as our punishment, but it's also used as our demise. You see what I'm saying? Now, like I said, depending on your experiences, the manifestation of your energy will be dictated thus so. You know what I mean? So it's like who you are and how you are and what you've been through will dictate how your energy has been manifested. Because if you are in shitty situations and around shitty people and around shitty places, then those are shitty levels of vibration, or high levels of vibrations, which are shitty ass levels of vibrations, right? And now you understand that if you're around that, you have no time, nor the place, nor the source, or or energy to soak in good energy. So then when you grow up, that's what you're gonna take with you. You know what I mean? So that's why we all differ with it. But I mean, like I said, we can all change that shit if we understand. Y'all hearing what I'm saying? If y'all hearing what I'm saying, and so now tomorrow, or even as soon as y'all done listening to this video, you understand that you are an energy. And so now when you start looking into how to manifest and strengthen that energy, now you fucking talking, man. Now you talking. You know what I'm saying? So now we're all attuned to our own vibrations. Now this attunement is acted upon or varied on the forces surrounding us. Like I just said, our environment, our experiences, the people who are around us, who influences, the people we hang around. All these things are attuned with your vibration, right? It's because you are correlating yourself and tying yourself with these things. So understand that those things will have an effect on you. Because remember when we talked about the law of oneness, that everything affects everything? Boom, same shit, same thing. That's exactly what this saying here too, is that whatever your frequency is, it definitely has a chance of affecting mine. Why? Is because we are one. So it's either I know how to control and handle mine, or you take over mine, and I feel as shitty as you do. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that serious. It's that serious. So now vibrations, they act as a cohesive agent in all nature. You understand? Holding things together, holds everything together. The heartbeat is a frequency, and we talked about that. And it has to be maintained for life itself to exist, right? And so now, let's say your heart's fucked up, right? Your heartbeat is irregular, right? You got the blood clots type shit, right? That's because the frequency is irregular, right? The vibration is irregular. So now we talked about how vibration manifests itself into the frequency, which in turn makes your frequency fucked up. And then now the heart is beating all sorts of shit, right? So now the thing is about that, what do? We figured out a pacemaker. We figured out what a pacemaker is, right? Pacemaker is a small device. It's placed in the chest or the abdomen, and now that helps to control the abdominal heart rhythms, right? The device, it uses low energy electrical pulses to stimulate the heart. And it stimulates it obviously to a normal rate. Now pacemakers, now they're used for heart arrhythmia. I hope I'm saying that right. Heart arrhythmia, And now heart arrhythmia, obviously, that's a problem of the heartbeat and the vibratory frequency of the heartbeat. That's heart arrhythmia. Arrhythmia, heart arrhythmia. I think I'm saying that right. I think I am. I think I'm positive I'm saying that right. So understand that pacemaker, like I said, so that pacemaker is to regulate the heartbeat, but vibratorily, it's to regulate that by hitting it with electric impulses, right, to maintain it. So obviously, they set that, but my point is that that's what's keeping your ass alive because they understand that we are vibrating. See, doctors understand the shit, but we don't. That's what I'm saying. It's like we walk around all day not even thinking about it. We say it on some slang, some street shit. What's up, man? Yo, we vibing, blah blah blah. We say that shit all the goddamn time, but we don't live by it. We don't live by it. The only time we do is when there's something wrong with us, and then we go to the doctor and go, Doc, what's going on? But then guess who knows about the laws of fucking nature? Doc. And guess who you paying to tell you about the laws of nature and help you out through the laws of nature? The doc. I'm not saying you're supposed to be doing your own heart surgery. My point is that if you knew about these things, it will prevent the fucking heart surgery. Yes, sometimes shit just happens and people just fucking hearts explode. I get it. But my point is the majority of shit that we do, we can fucking prevent. You understand what I'm saying? Like, but we have to understand and know our fucking bodies to prevent these things. A lot of people don't understand that their heart is the heart the frequency level of their heartbeat is based on who they are, how they are, and what they are. People don't understand that. They just think it's just some other shit that just has to do with it's just their heart. But understand that how you treat people, right? How you act, right? How you eat, you know what I'm saying? How you live, all that shit has everything to do with your heart beating and you having heart attacks and arrhythmia and all that shit. Like, I wish people would understand that they wouldn't be in the hospital as much as they would be if they knew themselves. And when I say they knew themselves, they knew their anatomy, their body on a mental and a spiritual level, because that could prevent a lot of disease and a lot of hardship for the body. It could prevent it. It really could. Like I said, shit happens. Yes, sometimes people just fall over and die. I get it. But there's a larger percentage of people who let shit happen to them because they disregard these things. But then when it's time to die, then they go to the hospital and go, okay, y'all, give me the pacemaker, give me the shit that shocks my heart and does all the cool shit that JP's talking about with the vibration. You know what I'm saying? That's when they go back to the laws of nature. You know what I mean? But then when they go back home, they go back to eating the Cheetos, uh, you know, talking shit to people, being assholes, or, you know what I'm saying, being rude and whatever the fuck. But like I said, even you being an asshole to somebody, that affects you just as much as it probably affects you even more than you think it's affecting the person you calling an asshole or you being a dick too. That makes you sick inside because it puts your vibratory levels at a very dangerous rate where, like I said, it can create things like heart arrhythmia, like I said, depression, a bunch of shit, man. About all that shit. Like a lot of that shit it's caused by a lot of influences that we let in ourselves and that we should have control over. But we don't. Why? Is because we don't know our goddamn selves. We don't even know. We don't even understand that half the time when you spend hours watching TV that you're being told how to fucking think and act. You don't even fucking get that. You don't get why you ate McDonald's when knowing that you just watched a goddamn McDonald's commercial 10 minutes before. And you like, damn, I want some McDonald's. You don't even realize what the fuck you want McDonald's. And you do that shit every goddamn day. So we gotta understand what game we playing here. And then when the game's been played on us too. We gotta understand that. Because that's the only way, like I said, that you can fight back and combat this bullshit. So I got a few more points. I'm gonna show y'all this really cool graph in regards to vibratory frequency spectrum, right? That exists in nature. So I'd love to show y'all that in just a second. So, like I said, the pacemaker, man, it's there like I said, it's a device and it shoots out a low energy electrical pulses and it prompts the heart to beat at a normal rate. And pacemakers, they're used to treat arrhythmia, and arrhythmia is a condition which is an imbalance of vibrational frequency and rate of rhythm, so to speak, in the heart, which is what arrhythmia is. So like I said, the doctors, science, we understand this vibratory law in nature, and it keeps people alive every fucking day. You know what I mean? And not only does it keep people alive, but it keeps all of us alive. Number one, your heart, even without you having a pacemaker, your heart's beating because it's fucking vibrating, right? You touch your heart, that motherfucker beating, right? But peep this though, we have to understand that. Let me give you some really cool examples in regards to how much vibration is effective. You know what I'm saying? Like when you were born, right? When you were born, your parents went to the doctor and they did an ultrasound, right? And when they did the ultrasound, they put the jelly on there and then they put the little camera on there. And but then the first thing they look for, besides a picture, the first thing they hear for is that frequency, is that heartbeat, right? That's what solidifies life. Not a body, not a hand, not a finger, not a nothing. A heartbeat, a sound. That's what calls life. That's what it is. And then after that comes the rest. So then you come out that room, right? And when you come out that room, your mama grabs you, and what does she do? She grabs you and she puts you next to her heart, next to her vibratory frequency. And what does that do to you? Calms you down. You learn your nature. You understand that rhythm that just came over you right now, not only is it comforting, but it's safe. And that's what that tells you. Because not only does it overtake yours, it overtakes yours to the point where it goes, calm down, baby. You just came from this. You were just fine. And that's exactly what the baby does. Right? So then after that, years down the line, not even years down the line, just a couple months, a couple days down the line, you crying, you hungry. You back home, your mama got you home, you're in the crib, and you crying, you hungry, right? It's the middle of the night. She comes in there, she comes in there, she said, I got the bottle for you, baby. And she comes and grabs you, and what does she do? She starts feeding you, right? Let's say you're still crying, and then she grabs you and starts holding you, and what does she do? And she shakes. And she holds you. And she moves you like this. This is vibration. This is movement. This is vibration. What does that do? It calms you. Because mom knows the levels of vibration that you need to be calm because you come from her. So she knows exactly how to move, she knows exactly how much motion is going to calm your ass down. She knows exactly how hard to tap, how quick. She knows what rhythm to hit because you come from her. So when she's doing all this, that is doing something that's influencing yours, right? So we have to understand that just your sanity comes from coordinated and focused vibration. Just your sanity, just for you knowing that, just for you being sane and being a coherent, it comes from a balanced vibrational frequency that was given to you by your parents, specifically your mother, specifically your mother, specifically the woman. Not only through her mitochondrial DNA, but because you sat in her heaven/room. And then majority of the time you are vibing to her frequency as opposed to your pops. Your pops, you didn't come out the womb and they put you on your daddy's chest. Nah, your daddy ain't that fucking important. Your mom's is though, because that's where you go. And right by her heart is what? Her breast. And what does her breast do for you? Feeds you. It feeds you. Right by her heart. What that creates that vibratory frequency is her breast. And what does that do? Keeps you alive. And y'all want to talk about fucking God is a man and all that bullshit when you come from a woman. I never understood that bullshit. Y'all talk about all these men and God and all this shit. Well, since what kid goes to the man when they come out the womb? What? I just don't get it. What man created civilization? Man don't make civilization. Women do. Women do. You dumb motherfuckers. Anyway, so, and then like I said, we use the word the slang word, vibes, right? Vibratory, like we do that, right? That's my, that's my jam. Yo, you got good vibes, we vibing, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like that's what we do because we understand that. We understand it at a basic level. At least some people do. But even a lot of people who say vibes, they say that to that point But if we, like I said, if it manifested the right way, man, would be will be unstoppable. Will be unstoppable, right? So we understand too that the drum makes a sound due to vibration. Now, the drum is something that's even more timeless than anything, but the drum is the, that is basically the best way to symbolize the vibration and what it can do in manifestation of it, right? Because a drum, you know, I think I've touched on this one time too, is that a drum, I sit there and do this. Yeah, just, but if I, what I'm saying? If it got a little more intense, if it got a little more intense, that shit gets more intense, that shit gets a little more, gets a little more emotional. You know what I'm saying? You get a little more worked up. That is pure evidence of what frequency does, how it modifies and plays with your emotions. You know what I'm saying? Like even like a dope ass beat will have somebody just popping like, oh, like that motherfucker, that beat snapping, right? But you looking at that beat, you feeling that beat, you feeling it, right? You're not seeing it, you're not looking at it, you feeling the beat, right? So that's why it's because it's influencing you. Go anytime you step in a club, those are just frequencies playing with your emotions, right? And you go in it because you know the type of emotions you want to play with that night. So if you want to go to an oldies club and you want to play with them old school, nostalgic goddamn vibrations, right? Because you want to hear all some old shit. But then you want to go and pop your ass, you gonna go to the pop your ass vibration club, right? Because you know what frequencies are gonna be toured with, and it's the frequencies that's gonna make you pop your ass, right? And then it's gonna make the dudes fight, type shit. You know what I'm saying? So now I touched on it earlier, but like I said, our vocal cords, same thing. Our vocal cords, all this right now, me talking, this is all vibratory. I can feel it in my chest, in my throat. Me just speaking, creating, like I said, an energy, a level of vibratory frequency, right? But see, the thing is about the voice that the voice reeds they vibrate, modulating airflow and air being expelled through the lungs. But I didn't touch on the drum. I was gonna say too, the reason why the drum is so important, just because of how, like I said, it can modify our levels of vibing, but the material that stretches across the hollow body of a drum is what kind of is what creates sound, which that sound creates the vibration. So I wanted to make sure I just made that point. You know what I'm saying? That the material that is stretched across the drum is what creates the sound. The sound creates boom. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, music affecting your mood. So music, any type of music is always at a certain level of frequency. A sad song is playing with them frequencies. A sad song is slow, right? And motherfuckers always, majority of sad songs are goddamn slow because they know that slow is gonna play with your with the level of your frequency, right? And influence it to a certain level. The color red, right? The color red will either piss you off or turn you on, right? Because they know. Remember, we said sound is is vibratory. Sound is frequency. It's the same thing. Being emitted, and you are soaking in, you are ingesting, and then like I said, it's either you know how to control yours to where you overtake it, or it affects you. So you can listen to a song and me not be affected. You can listen to a song, you be affected, and me and I'm not. You could be like, man, this shit was the saddest fucking song, and I'm not, right? Or vice versa. I could be sitting there bawling my eyes out, but then you like, I didn't really even give a shit, right? We can both watch Titanic. You could cry, I won't. It's because we're receiving the same levels of vibratory frequency from watching Titanic, but we are reacting to them different. You see what I'm saying? We're reacting to them different. That's why, like I said, when somebody's talking shit or somebody comes in the room, killing the vibe, whatever it is, it's up to you to either be influenced by the negative energy and then you fall. That's why people go, don't stoop to that level. That's what that means. When people say don't stoop to that level, they're going, don't go to the level that they're at in energy. Don't stoop down because it's low energy. But in all essence, it's actually high energy. But high energy is not good when it comes to vibration. It's not good. You want to keep it low. So, like I said, my point is that um, we are all receiving the same vibratory frequency, and it's up to how you react to it. So negative energy, it's how you react to it. If somebody's always being negative, is always want to chastise you, always deems everything you do or say negative, then you probably don't want to be around that person, because that person is not instilling any type of positivity in your life. They're not instilling any type of motivation in your life. They're not instilling any type of ambition in your life, right? So you don't want to be around something like that, because that, if somebody's creating that type of energy around you, then guess who's not going to ever get to an energy of excellence or an energy of progression? You. Why? Because you're stuck with somebody, or you keep yourself around somebody who's constantly negative and never bringing you up. So understand that the people around you, if they're not motivating you, if they don't um, compliment your achievements, if they don't notice your achievements, if they don't, like I said, if they don't do these things, and it always feels like they're pulling, they're draining more than giving, you know what I'm saying, in regards to that, not only is it affecting you, but it's up to you to either you stay in that hole, or you climb your ass out. You know what I mean? It's up to you. But at the end of the day, it's gonna happen. It's just that you have to be aware enough about who you are, what you are, and how much power you have. And that's why I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying? So even when people, you ever seen people who have nervous, not even nervous tics, but you see somebody and they're just shaking their leg, or they're just going like this, you know what I'm saying? Or they're doing like this, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, when people do that, that's clear evidence of them, their frequency, their levels are off. You know what I'm saying? If you ever see somebody doing some shit like that, they're shaking their leg, you know what I'm saying? Just popping their leg or something like this. You can't see my leg, but I was trying. But, doing some shit like this, just tapping, whatever the fuck, right? It's either they're on some kind of, it's either they're on some kind of upper drug. Obviously, it's like whether it's prescribed or not. Like, some people, they do that shit. But like I said, even if you're on that type of drug, if you're on any kind of drug like that, it's because your levels is fucked up. I mean, I'm not saying it's your fault. I mean, I'm just saying, if you're on them, if you're on them type of shits, it's because your levels is fucked up. But they're gonna kind of stay that way if you on them things. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole nother video too. But my point is that the fact that when people tap and do nervous little shits like that is because they're not vibing at the level of comfort. They're not vibing at the level of okay. Like, I'm all right. They're not. And so they do these little things to compensate, right? It's like when when your mama would pat you on your back and rock you, you're doing that for yourself when you're tapping like this. You patting yourself on the back like your mama used to do to calm yourself down, right? Because sooner or later it's gonna stop. It's gonna slow down at least, right? If it doesn't, like, literally, I don't think I've ever seen somebody tap or do some wild shit like this literally for 12, 13, 14, 16, 17 hours they're up on the day. So they will finally reach a level, whether it's through drinking or smoking or taking whatever prescribed medication it is, whatever the case may be. But my point is that when people do shit like that, little nervous tics in there, they just can't stop fucking moving, and it's always the same shit, always shaking a leg, or when women cross their legs and they just pop a leg like this over and over, pop a leg. You know what type of, this is vibration. That bounce on this over, that's vibration, and they need it. They're going, man, I need this right now. Not even they need, the body going, I need this shit. I need this shit. I need this shit. But your soul, I need this shit. We need to move. We need to keep it up. We need to keep it up until finally when you get comfortable, then the shit stop, right? Or you get whatever medication, or you talk to somebody that eases your mind. But my point is that these are blatant signals of irregular vibratory frequency. Blatant signals. Blatant signals. I see that shit every day. And then sometimes when I do it, I know, I'm like, holy, was my leg shaking? Am I nervous? Boom. Your vibe is off. You're nervous. Why? Then you start breaking it down. But my point is that that's why we do shit like that. That's why we do shit like that. So we need to understand that your vibe is real, and everything in earth vibrates. Everything in earth is a vibration, and without it, you cease to exist. And then we also learned that sound is vibration itself too. But I damn sure want to end on one thing. I got one more point. A lot of people, they like to say that, You know that saying, "Sticks and stones break your bones. Words are never words are very harmful." You know what I'm saying? Because I already spoke of the vocal cords and the voice range. So just me talking right now is giving off vibrational frequency. But the way I'm even talking to you right now, if I was talking, uh, if I was using different words, not only would y'all wouldn't be influenced the way I want y'all to be, but if I was using different words, this whole fucking PowerPoint would not be going the way I wanted to go. My point is that what I say creates a certain type of energy, and then that energy can be obviously taken in many ways. But my point is that, like, if I flip the camera right now, I'm pretty sure everybody know what that means, right? So, word, if I say "fuck you," I mean that's just like doing this. It's the same shit. So somebody say words. Somebody say you don't have to say "fuck me," just doing this will get it for me. Even just somebody saying "fuck you," like that's some real shit. Or somebody say you ugly, whatever the fuck it is. Like if somebody is at a low, I don't want to say low, is at a high vibratory frequency, which is an unhealthy vibratory frequency, then if somebody's called them ugly, you know how bad that will cut like a goddamn knife. That will cut like a knife. So if somebody is not in the right state of vibratory frequency, words will cut them, man. So we can't sit here and say that words are not harmful. Words are very harmful because I like to assume that most people are not at the adequate vibratory frequency that we have to be on. I'd like to assume so. I mean, trust me, I wish I could assume otherwise, but everybody's fucking idiots out here. Everybody's goddamn Everybody's fucking idiots. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But like everybody's dumb as fuck. People don't think for themselves. Like I'm gonna do a video pretty soon too, just about that too. How like no one thinks for themselves anymore. Oh, I can't say no one. There's a lot of people think for themselves, but majority of people do not fucking think for themselves, man. You know what they do? They just regurgitate what their daddy told them, or their mama told them, or their grandmama, or whoever the fuck raised them, or birthed them, or whatever. That's what they do. Like so many people that, well, my daddy told me, my daddy, or they'll go ask their mommy or their daddy. Don't get me wrong, I ask my mom, my dad shit all the time. My point is though, but what I believe, I've made it a point, at least whatever you know, I think about consciously, I make it a point to go back and make my own decision. And obviously I got to that level of perception the older I got. But like I said, man, you have to do yourself the service to double check what you've been taught, double check what you've been told, double check what you've been spoon fed, double check the shit. Because I tell you what, I bet you a lot of the shit motherfuckers told you when you're growing up, they didn't tell you about this. I bet you growing up in your Sunday school, they didn't tell you about your vibes and vibrations and frequency, how when you know, they didn't tell you about, they didn't tell you about your heartbeat, they didn't tell you about the that your cell phone and is fucking with your vibration and how you act and react, how music and commercials that they play, they want you to eat goddamn McDonald's and your fat ass is running out there 10 minutes later. They don't teach you about fighting that shit off. They don't teach you about fighting all that shit off. They don't even teach you about it even it existing. You know, they don't talk about that shit. They just tell you all the bullshit that you need to hear. You know? So let me show y'all this chart real quick, man. So this right here is the frequency spectrum, right? This is the frequency spectrum. So like I was telling y'all, high levels of frequency is not a good thing, at least for us human beings. You know what I mean? So for example, here now you're seeing the frequency description on in the middle of the page, and then on the left here, we see the brainwave. Okay, so this is obviously it's hertz. So in this level 1.6, so in this level right here from 217 to 1.6 here is double LAN, Wi-Fi, wireless internet, network, and microwave ovens. Now that's the level of frequency, was that 2.5 gigahertz that is usually on. Bluetooth technology, same thing. Uh, 2450 megahertz. Now, mobile phones is still in the same area right there. Okay. And then now we're gonna go down to the ultra beta level, which is between 100 and 217, and that's the ultra beta level. That's 3G. Um, when we become electric and are being disconnected from the now. And so, see, this is crazy. I didn't even know this, but look, it's saying too 3G mobile phones transmit by significantly more powerful intensity, and the pulsation varies. The unnatural intruder causes electrostress, which might lead to brain stress due to the rapid pulsating electroshocks per second. See, that's what it was. It was electroshocks that are consistently being shot through you when you use these devices. You see what I'm saying? Man, this shit is crazy. Y'all really got to look this shit up. Y'all really got to look it up, man. All right. And then from 50 to, from what is it? Oh, no, so that's 500 to 1,000 megahertz. That is, what is this right here? Phone systems, wired systems, right? And that is the hyper beta phase, hyper beta state. Now, the base of the brain vibrates at 100 hertz. Ain't that something? That's 100 hertz, but not pulsated. That is our center for creativity and important for spiritual development. You see what I'm saying? So see that 50 to 100 hertz. Get to know oneself. Disturbance create a chain reaction throughout the entire endocrine system and thereby cause hormonal disturbances, infertility. Now, where we at here? We over here at 50 electric current in the mains, 50 to 60 hertz. Your AC, television sets, computers running 50 to 60 hertz. So understand all this shit is affecting your body. It's affecting your heartbeat, the rhythm of all that shit. But like I said, like if you find that's because your heart's fighting that shit off, right? Well, my point is that it definitely has an effect. So my point is that somebody got a pacemaker, they got to be careful with the type of shit they're around, the type of frequencies they're around. They got to be careful about this. Why? Because the pacemaker can be knocked off. And if that pacemaker knocked off, yo, that's a problem. That's a problem. So people with pacemakers, they literally have to watch, they gotta watch these type of things. You know, getting on planes, same thing, same thing. Okay, so and then to the beta state of frequency, which is 13 and 33 hertz. So now, anything above 33 hertz is nervousness, panic, and anxiety. So if you have anxiety disorders, you are above 33 hertz. If you are taking prescriptions for anxiety, you are above 33 hertz. If you have some kind of depression, slight depression, you are above 33 hertz. If you have some kind of mental disability to the point where you know goddamn well you ain't crazy, you just need to get out a little more, you are above goddamn 33 hertz. And understand that anything under 33 hertz, you do not have nervousness, panic, or anxiety. So my point is that your mission, your objective is to maintain a level of under 33 hertz. That is the mission. That is the objective. And this is why I'm doing this, is because that's the level of frequency that we as a people need to be at. It's under 33 hertz, man. Because that's when people can understand what the fuck is going on around them and inside of them. So at 33 hertz, consciousness constantly alert, increase of stress, fight or flight mechanism, thinking and concentration, alertness, analytical problem solving, tense, stress, agitation, discord, and mental imbalance. As the frequency increases, we disconnect. You see what I'm saying? As the frequency increases, the joy of life decreases. Right? Now, when we get to the alpha and the omega state of frequency, which is between 7 and 13 hertz, this is where it rests responsibility and action, always in the now flow. Now, this is a level of unity, of unity of body and spirit. It's relaxed, harmonious, it's energized and awakened, right? It's a state like of light meditation. You see what I'm saying? I feel like, to be honest, where I think I'm at, I think I'm at like 30, 34. I think I'm at like 33 and a half, 34. Because I still have slight nervousness, you know what I'm saying, just on little things. But sometimes I feel like that's normal. But really, I guess it shouldn't be, man. I should have a certain understanding. Well, I'm on my way, but I know I'm not there yet. So I feel like I'm at like a 34, man, 33, 34, man, somewhere around there, 30, 33 and a half. That's where I feel like I'm at, right? So between 7 and 13 is the alpha and omega. Like I said, that's the state of unity between body and spirit. It's relaxed, harmonious, energized, and awakened in a state of light meditation. Now, between the hertz of 3 and 7 is the state of theta. Now, theta, it's funny too. I think theta, those motherfucking Scientologists, assholes, they took, they got some kind of character named Theta or Thetans or something like that. But anyway, I was reading about that just the other day. I'm trying to, like I said, you got to know your enemies. But these Scientology people, I'm trying to get to the bottom of them because I don't understand how they do things. So I'm trying to figure it out. So I got to learn these people before I have any opinion on them. You see what I'm saying? I got to learn them. So now we're in theta, which is between 3 and 7 hertz. And that is melatonin is particularly being produced at night where you are asleep, and the pineal gland is sensitive towards electromagnetic influences. So that's when you are at an increased state of being. Your pineal gland is being a little more active. Uh, so then you get down to where we at here, and then from delta, which is the zero frequency to 3. You know what I'm saying? That's where regeneration and harmonious balance. Ooh, shit. That's when you on that goddamn Lucy shit right there, bro. That's when you on that, super goddamn Wolverine, heal yourself type shit right there. The frequency band, 12.5 hertz. Oh, 3 to 12 and 5 hertz is the vitality field. We recharge, recover, and maintain homeostasis, the dynamic balance that keeps us alive. Our immune system strengthens and our sleep is invigorating. In this field, we get energy, life force, and the power needed for a modern lifestyle. Very deep relaxation, deep sleep, trance, deep hypnosis. That shit sounds delicious, yo. That shit. That's where I'm going. That's where I'm heading, man. That's where I'm heading. And I feel like if y'all pay attention to what I'm trying to do, and y'all hang on with me, y'all can get there too. You know, I'm definitely gonna do a video in regards to how to achieve a lot of this spiritual and mental um, utopia. You know what I'm saying? Like where you get to that level of content. And I'm not saying you feel like you the fucking shit, but I'm just saying you just like I said, you're content. You got a smile on your face, and you got nothing to be sad about. You ain't nothing to be mad about either. You just take it how it goes, and you understand life for what it is, and you appreciate every minute, every second that you are in it. Like, it's different for me. When I walk outside, the sun don't shine like it does for other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, I can't tell what it looks like in someone else's eyes, but the sun's brighter. It's brighter in my eyes, man. The trees are greener. It's like the more I start learning about nature, the more I see of it, the more I see it for what it really is, and the more, like I said, I appreciate it. It's the same way with your chick. The more you learn your woman, the more you appreciate and love her for who she is. Vice versa, your husband. You know what I mean? But like, that's how That's how you learn to love something. Is number one, you gotta learn it. You gotta learn it. You know, before just even making a conclusion on it, you got to learn it. But before you even love something or hate something, but before you love something, you got to learn it. You got to understand what its origin is, right? Because that's when you learn to respect it. That's why I feel like we are where we are in regards to societies, because we don't know these laws of nature. We are not respecting what keeps us alive, and the shit that we do to what keeps us alive. Not only is it just beyond fucked up, but it's so detrimental to our existence, man. It's so detrimental to our future. How I saw the other day Governor Mary Fallon talking about pray for fucking oil. That woman said that shit. She said, we need to pray for oil. She said, we need to pray for fucking oil. I couldn't even believe that shit. You want to talk about somebody who does not understand fucking nature. You want to talk about somebody who does not understand the shit they live in. Pray, hey, yo, God, so can we keep milking the shit out of the ground, please, so we can make more money? Like, that's literally what she was saying. Woman, Governor Fallon, I don't know if you've been watching the news. I don't know if you've been knowing about these earthquakes that are happening out here. But for you to assume that earthquakes and drilling into the fucking ground does not correlate, and you want to ask, quote unquote, God to let you keep drilling in the ground while there's been a gang load of fucking earthquakes is beyond me. That shit don't make no sense. No sense. And that's a grown ass woman too, mind you. That's a grown ass woman. That's a grown ass woman talking fucking crazy. You want to talk about some loony shit, yo. Like that's what I'm saying. Like you want to talk about some wild shit. How do you literally ask like let's say there really was like a dude that just like made all the shit, right? You gonna ask the dude to let you keep taking advantage of the land, right? And then where it's literally causing earthquakes and all this crazy shit happening. And then on top of that, the money's not even fairly distributed, right? So it's like, it's really one-sided. And so you're asking your God, whoever you believe in, to grant you permission to keep doing it? Oh, shit. Like I said, that shit blows my mind. That is somebody who does not understand the laws of nature, nor does not understand them, but completely disregards them, but you want from nature, right? You want from nature so bad that not only you gonna try to pray to your God to literally, you don't think that's a conflict of interest to fucking God? Like you don't, like you don't think that's a conflict of interest? You don't think he's sitting there going, well, like y'all fucking up my shit though, like y'all fucking up my ground, like y'all ruining the ground, like the earthquakes, also y'all doing all sorts of crazy shit. Then y'all taking over people's neighborhoods, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. And this woman said that. She said, pray. She said, pray, ask God to pray for oil. It just blows my fucking mind. You know, like I'd understand if you were planting some seeds and you were trying to grow some crops. I get that. But no, you just want God to make some shit magically appear so you can keep taking advantage of it. Oh shit. Oh man, these people are fucking crazy, yo. These people are crazy. It's just insane. It blows my mind. It really does. It really does. Grown ass woman talking about God. We need to keep digging in this ground, bro. Yeah, I know there's earthquakes. I know the shit cracking. We don't know what that is though. But we need some more of this oil, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like the only thing, the ground, it comes from the ground, right? The only thing is done by us. And when I say us, I'm saying us as human beings. Well, I don't want to say us as human beings because we're not all human beings. So the only thing they do, the only thing they do is process the oil. So it's like, that's what I'm saying. It's like they're not growing the oil. You know what I mean? Like they're not building the oil. They're not, it's nothing like that. What it is it's like taking, it's like, you see a goddamn banana tree and then you just take all the bananas, right? And then you turn them into banana juice and then you ask God to give you more bananas. But then at the same time, you taking so many goddamn bananas, all the trees is dying. Yet you asking God to give you more bananas. And the only reason why there's a fucking shortage is because you've been taking all the fucking bananas. That's the only reason why. And now because you've been taking all the bananas, all these certain type of birds is dying because they love fucking banana trees. Because them birds is dying, a whole nother fucking species is dying because they ate them birds, so on and so forth. While you sitting there asking God to bring you more bananas to take from him. So Governor Fallon, you asking God to give you oil, give you more shit that you're taking from him. knowing or even not knowing that it's causing the earthquakes that you've seen at an overwhelming rate. But you're still that sure that you're gonna go ahead and ask them, like, hey, you think you might, can we still keep pulling? Come on, God. Come on. And that's logic, right? That's sense. That's something that's even warranted. Like we would even tell our kids to shit don't make no sense, man. It's so ingrained in people to take advantage. They don't even get it. They don't even understand when they're doing it blatantly. It's so ingrained in them to take advantage that they don't even see it. They're literally asking God, "Can I take advantage?" Like like you want to talk about entitlement. You want to talk about entitlement. You want to talk about self entitlement. You want to talk about uh, um, narcissistic, like to the point where the world revolves around you, to where your God would let you take advantage of some shit that He put together for you to live on. That's how much you need it. That's how much you deserve it. And then let's not forget the fact that this land was stolen from the Indians. So you asking God to take some oil off some land you stole, so you can make money. You're asking God so you can profit off some oil off some land that you stole. And all that shit makes sense. And these people, these are grown ass fucking people. And you a grown woman, Mary Fallon, grown ass woman. You probably got grandkids. You talking this crazy shit. This shit is crazy to me. It's crazy to nature. It's crazy to anything that is on the side of nature. For you to ask nature if you could keep on please taking more advantage of it, especially on uh, 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 the most violent circumstances. In the most violent circumstances, like how you even attain this property to even pray for it is what we really need to be talking about. And don't act like nobody forgot that shit. I don't give a fuck how long ago it was. It really wasn't that long ago. It really wasn't that long ago. 18, what? 19 something? Shit wasn't that long ago. So let's talk about that. So you want to talk about praying for some oil? Let's talk about you praying for some oil on some land that you stole. And you really think you should be asking God to take advantage of some shit that you stole? Like you really think that should? You really need to be talking to him about how you stole it. That's what you need to be talking to him about. You need to be talking to him about how you stole the shit. I don't even know if y'all cool. I don't know if y'all cool. Like I don't even know if y'all cool about that yet. I don't. Y'all might think so. I don't. So, like, understand the logic, people. Understand the logic. Understand the fucking logic. It's like if we were pissing away water, not sharing it, charging motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? And then it starts fucking the earth up. What makes you even think that we deserve it? And then what makes you think that it's something that still needs to be played with? That's what I don't understand. It's like if you see something that's creating effects and consequences and ramifications, and then if you're not even sure, don't you want to make sure first before you want to deem it otherwise? Don't you want to make sure that earthquakes are not because of fracking or the injection of the well waste? So digging in shouldn't even be done in the first place. If you're gonna throw some shit in, you shouldn't have dug in the first goddamn place. Should have dug in the first goddamn place. But if you're so sure that that's not the problem, I'd understand if everybody was eating off of it, but it's people are not. You know, people are not. Yet you got the governor asking God, "Can I take advantage of your shit just a little longer?" The self entitlement Blows my fucking mind. The self-entitlement blows my mind, man. For what has been done to the natives of this area, and for someone to have the audacity to say they're going to pray to their God for them to continue pulling resources from the land that they stole from the natives is beyond me. When majority of those prophets too are not even going to the people who were here before them. It's just crazy. But that's a whole nother video. Yo, this has been the law of vibration. Vibration is so real, y'all. It's so real. All I'm trying to emit and throw out to y'all is positive vibes, man. So y'all vibe with me. I'm just trying to show y'all to harness your energy, man. Harness your energy. And if you don't know how to harness it, you got to meditate. If you don't want to meditate, then go do something that you like to do. Go play a sport. You know what I'm saying? And get into deep practice with that sport. When I say deep practice, I mean when you play the sport or you do it right and do it right one fucking time. When we sitting there practicing is for pussy. Practicing is bullshit. You do it and you do it right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you want to do something 100 times, then go do it 100 times. If you want to go do something right, go do it right. But the only way you do it right is through deep practice. You know what I'm saying? Go look that shit up, deep practice. Now, your vibratory frequency, meditation, art, music. There's a lot of different things that can not only manifest it, but maintain it. But most importantly, the people that you keep around you, the influences that you keep around you, that also dictates your vibratory frequency levels. You know what I'm saying? So if you have negative people around you who never motivate you, who are always talking negative, who are very argumentative, you know what I'm saying? They always got a chip on their shoulder, then you need to get from them. They're not good for you. You know why? It's because they're gonna keep you at that level. It's because they're unhappy with themselves. And that's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? I feel bad for people like that. I really do. But understand that they're gonna throw you in that hole too if you don't step away from it. You can try and help them, but understand if you try to help them, they can suck your ass into that bullshit, right? They can. Now I've helped a few people too. I help people all the goddamn time. My friends call me, talk to me all the time when they need help or just need someone to talk to or advice, whatever the fuck it is. Like, but my point is, if you surround yourself around negative influence, and you know what that is, It's the influence where when you leave, you always end up mad fucking with this person. Where every time you come peaceful with them, you leave where it's not peaceful. Where anytime you say something, they always have something of negativity towards you. Or they always want to pick a fight, or they always say, you know what I mean, or they always make fun, or whatever it is. It's like understand that type of shit. Or they never tell you can be shit, whatever. You know what I mean? Understand that if you stay around people like that, not only will you turn into them, but your vibratory frequency will not be a level of comfort, will not be at a level of content, and that's where you need to be. That's where health is. You know what I'm saying? That's where understanding is. That's where peace is. And the more you manifest that, it's funny, man. It's like when things become a little more clear, they become more simple. You know what I mean? You know when people say, they're getting off the grid or they're going out to the country and they go, we're gonna go live a simple life. When you think about it, it's not fucking simple out there. If you don't have electricity, that means you gotta go cook your own shit. You're moving constantly. Firewood. You know what I'm saying? You constantly doing shit out there, man. Hunting, plowing, planting shit. You constantly working out there. So ain't nothing simple about nature. There's nothing simple about photosynthesis and vibrations and molecular vibrational levels and vocal cords that push airflow into the lungs, and you know what I'm saying, and create a vibratory frequency which emits a sound. All that shit, heartbeat, you being consoled by a mama and your mama's frequency taking over yours to calm you down. All that shit is not simple. But once understanding it, things are simple. Real shit. Real shit. Once you understand that things are simple, you look at life as simple when you look at it. But it's not simple. Yin yang, you feel me? What's hot is cold. You feel me? What's cold is hot. What happens when something's so cold? Burns you. What happens when something's so cold, man? Why do you think they call it freezer burn, man? Because it does the same thing that fire does. And the shit cold. That's yin and yang. But it's still the same thing. Simple, yet hard. But still hard, but yet simple. That's the beauty of nature, man. That's the beauty of nature. That's that one-on-one shit. You feel me? That's the one-on-one shit. Everything is one. Everything is one. So understand you're a part of that. The only way you can get your vibratory frequencies up is if you manifest them, right? If you do any type of karate or martial arts, physical, like even if you just like to jog, even if you just work out, even if you just like to work out, that right there is a way of maintaining a certain type of energy within you, man. And then when you go get it in, you increase it, right? So understand, folks, you gotta do something. You gotta do something after work or before work, whatever it is. You gotta do something to channel that energy. Because if you don't, you're gonna be a fucking asshole. If you don't, you're gonna be a negative, insecure. People don't want to be around you. People don't want to be. Listen, if people don't want to be around you, I should tell you something. They should tell you something. If people don't want to be around your area, it's because of the vibes you're putting out. You know what I'm saying? If people don't want to be in your proximity, it's because of the energy. Now, I'm not saying that's always because it's your fault. Nah, I'm just saying. I'm saying that we have to understand. Look, I'll give you a good example. Sometimes some people don't want to be around me when I start talking about something or certain things, you know, because sometimes I give off to some people. Some people get intimidated by my energy, and the reason why I say that is because to you know to the layman's to the simple minded, I'm cocky, right? To the simple minded, I think I'm the shit, all that type of shit, right? So when I walk up to somebody and I look at them a certain way, or I'm talking to them a certain way, whatever the fuck it is, which obviously it's like I'm not being an asshole. I'm just saying, like, some people they don't like somebody who is at a higher level of energy, right? Some people don't like that. Some people don't. Have you ever walked up to somebody and you ever seen somebody get mad because someone else is happy? You're like, what the fuck is he so happy about? What the fuck is she smiling about? Like, that's how bad it is. You know what I mean? That's how bad it is for some people, that they don't like to see you smiling. They don't like to see you happy. Some people don't like that shit. It pisses them off. It makes them mad. Like, why the fuck are you laughing? Why are you so fucking happy? Huh? You see what I'm saying? So we have to understand, and I know that. But my thing is this: I know I'm not because I'm being an asshole. I know that sometimes I know I know the difference between when I'm being an asshole or somebody is just doesn't like my nature because they're going, I don't know how I'm gonna take this dude. I can, for me, I can gauge when it's intimidation or it's maybe something I said or did. You know, maybe sometimes I can't tell, but like I said, for the most part, you can tell if somebody is just, it's just, it just is nervous around you because of your energy. You can feel that. You can feel that. As opposed to, maybe something you might have did or said, right? Because sometimes there doesn't even have to be an action that takes place. You can just walk in a room and people can either look at you smiling, hey, how you doing? Or be like, who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this? And sometimes when people go, who the fuck is this? It's because they feel like shit inside. And they're going, who the fuck is this? Because these motherfuckers is trying to fly. Like, what the fuck? Who the fuck is this? Motherfucker got the new Jordans on. What the fuck? Who is this? So my point is, man, is that sometimes you're gonna rub people the wrong way, but if you know you and you know that you are a positive person, that's all you're trying to admit, man, then you understand what it is. But then you know if you're a negative fucking person and you play devil's advocate all the time, or like I said, you pick on people, or you always joke on whatever, you know who you are. You know who you are. It's just up to you to either maintain that negative energy or you find ways to channel it, and then you manifest it to a level of contentment, a level of peace, right? And I believe in this. I believe in it. And not even I believe in this. I know people too personally who believe in this to the point where they put away prescription drugs and things like that, and gave it to the mind, right? But I'm not saying go don't take your damn medication, motherfuckers. Hey, I am not saying do not take your medications. Whatever doctor gave you, whatever, you take that shit. My point is that we are mentally strong. So if you understand how strong you are mentally, there's a lot of shit you might not even need to be taking. And it's up to you to go through that process and figure out what you could eliminate from your prescription diet to maybe that you can take on yourself here and not just let the pills take care of it for you. Challenge yourself. And I'm saying this stuff, I'm not saying it because I'm perfect. I'm saying it because I've been through these things. I'm saying because I'm on the other side and I'm saying, look, this is how I made it. And I'm still going. Got a long way to go. I ain't nowhere close to the finish line. Nowhere close to knowing it all either. I'm just telling you what I know. I'm just telling you what I know. I'm not saying I know it all. I'm just telling you what I know. And I know, and I'm suggesting what could help you. That's all. That's all. If you don't know how to take criticism, then get the fuck out of here. If you don't know how to take advice, peace. If you don't know how to listen to somebody else's opinion and then try to implement it in your life if it sounds positive and productive, because you ain't for this. Your energy is not close to what's going on here. This is for the people who want to manifest themselves into positivity. This is for the people who want to create a more of a full, content being. This is for the people who want more in life. And this is for people who want to affect change around them, positive change around them. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm not on here talking shit about people. I'm not on here I'm on here trying to give y'all game on some shit that nobody told us. Nobody told me this shit. Nobody told me about vibration and frequency and your heartbeat and music. It plays with your emotions to a molecular level. Nobody told me that shit. Nobody told me that President Trump wears red suits. I mean red ties because he wants to look dominative. It gives a feeling. You know what I'm saying? It gives a feeling of power, right? And strikes dominance. You know what I'm saying? That's why people like that, they need shit. Like they need red ties to make people even fucking scared of them. You see what I'm saying? So all these things are real, man. That's why they got in Europe red light districts, because red makes you horny too. The color red makes you horny. So understand all this shit. All these things affect us, man. So you start playing the game too, because the game's been going on all around you. So you start playing the game too. This has been the Law of Vibration. We're on number 2 in the Universal Laws of Nature. I'm going to bring out number 3 real soon. So y'all pay attention, man. I appreciate your time, man. Thank you very much. Y'all have a good one. Peace.